friends, tech struggle has been real. I'm gonna try and get Gia back here. For some reason, she could not. So now, collab with Gia. Now it should work. I've got confidence. Okay. Please tell me. Why can I not hear you?
I can hear you now.
Oh, wow. I don't know what you did. Did you press a magic button?
I think so, yes. Now it's working.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. Well, our time is limited now, so we're going to have to make it move fast. But
Well, yes,
so happy we could make this work. We get a lot of background noise. Let me know. I'm here at the coffee shop, so not where I would usually do an Instagram live from, but we have to give a product. Maybe it's my internet connection. Who knows? But what was I gonna say? I am super happy. I like to just always go back since I don't know you at all and like figure out like how did you get to where you're at right now, but like from the very beginning, like where did you grow up? What did you do when you were 5? What happened in elementary school? What are some like key events in your life that brought you to this point right now?
Of course. Thanks for having me. Originally from Bulgaria, and a long journey. And I will start with like, I came here like 6 years ago, and I did not. So basically, I came from scratch. I did not know the language. I did not have any friends here. I did not have connections. So for me, the beginning was really challenging, and that's what made me what I I was uncomfortable in getting out. So that I was perfect right away. Most stuff like I had to first learn the language. That's the main thing to do. And my back with then was like to work everything through hard work to make things happening. Like okay, consistent with discipline, kind of like to be determined to get your things done. And that was my little things like getting the learning the language, then basically like coming to then to find a job where I can start meeting people. Like I was very very uncomfortable of seeing people, like talking with them, like, and that was challenging back then, but now when I see it, I'm very thankful I did what I did today. And what then like I start moving through like buying a car. Honestly, like for me that was like back then was like such a big goal. Like people would say like okay, it's a very small goal, but for me that was for the next bigger step that I will be today. Like so like learning the language, coming to buy a car, finding a job. These were like back then, like these my 3 things that okay will make me to the next step. And in like the thing is like we are like the life in Bulgaria, why I came here was because there you didn't have any opportunities, and here what I said to myself, you have the opportunities as long as you want to make them. So, and that's when everything began. And it's very how like over these 6 years it's been very interesting a journey, because like I've been through hospitality industry mostly. I started like as a host, and that was because I wanted to be around the people. I wanted to make sure like, I have like I meet people every was my I want new people every day. And you like, and it's so interesting how every person can work. You can be like you can meet so many people each day and kind of like interact, and kind of they can help you to grow. It's just little small things can make such a big impact on your life. And then like from why this made me big impact of hospitality industry was because of like, okay, I can push myself again to be uncomfortable, you know, like staying with people, working oh so many hours so to get me through the next, then the next was go to college, and then on moving back on track. So it was like, that was very interesting, like, how, like, for such a short time, like I had to make everything happen, and I had to take a step constantly, you know, moving to the next.
Yeah.
You
Wait, so when you came here, you didn't speak English.
know?
So how did you get your first job?
So because that was like a host in the restaurant, and that was like, I went to the interview, and maybe I was speaking a little bit, but not like just basic words. And I went there, and the manager, like, he had interviews with me and two more girls, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get the job, probably he will pick the other two girls. And he asked me a quick question: why should I hire you and not the other two girls that obviously they were born here and everything? And he's like, and I was okay, because I will be here every day and I will keep learning the language every day. I'll bring, you know, like, I will make sure I learn it. If you hire me, I will make sure I learn it. Like, I start reading books, I start watching like TV shows, like whatever it takes, like, to learn the language. It's just like, it's your own personality. Mm-hmm.
If you were coming here again and you had to do something to learn the English language faster, what would you do?
Probably to speak more often, speak more, like, kind of like, with, to make more phone calls, to speak with people like in the coffee shop, like, just like to learn to make friends, to speak. I was back then, I would do different, like, even take an Uber, like, speak with the driver, like whatever it takes.
Yeah, that's like such a good tip because I feel like when you're learning a new language, like I've learned Spanish before you go to
Oh.
Mexico. There's nothing like
Mm-hmm.
being forced to only talk in one language.
Of course.
You don't even have another option,
Right.
and so yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So and so for everyone who's like listening, Bulgaria, that's south of Romania
Mm-hmm.
and and east of kind of like Croatia, Serbia area, correct?
Correct. Yes. You.
And and so what was like the actual what was your life like in Bulgaria before you came here to the States?
Oh, it was very challenging. The My family didn't do very well then back then, so we had to make sacrifices, and we had to pick another, you know, ways to, you know, like, to get better with our lives, like financially we were okay. And that's, I think, like, you don't want to feel like that to be your life, so you had to make a choice. And I knew here I have opportunities to be better. And that's why so many people from Europe, they come here for better, you know, like better opportunities, better education, and just for, I feel like, to change their life.
So the process of coming here, did you come with your entire family or did you come by yourself?
Well, my mom originally was here before me, and that was it, just me and my mom. We were by ourselves, and that's why she's one of the first person that was here, that when I came, and she helped me through everything. And I was, you know, like, I didn't have friends, I didn't have anyone else. We just had each other. And it's really like, it's really nice to have someone, not to be alone. And that's why we decided we're gonna make this work. We don't know, make it work.
Wow. So yeah, so your mom was here, so she kind of like
Mm.
set up the campsite for you.
Although
Then she's like, okay, I'm
I
ready for you to come. And then you're able to come.
she had it a little bit to some extent, and then eventually like I had to take off. She did not know the language, so she didn't have any like I didn't have any help I had from her to learn the language, so I had to just do it by myself, find a way to do it. And that was, but she helped me through very difficult times, of course. Like I'm very thankful I have her in my life, and I think like she was the person who like always like support me 100% whatever I want to do with my life. And she was like there just constantly telling me, yes, you can do it. You can do it. And that's where I am today because of her.
Wow. Yeah. So she probably had a pretty strong work ethic herself.
She did, absolutely. She did.
So you got here, you got into hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
How did you eventually transfer into real estate?
So I did it because in the process I started investing in real estate, which we both know that that's something like you want to do, right? You want to kind of like find your passion, and so real estate was my passion. I started like looking for a property for myself. Eventually that was my next bigger goal. Once I passed all of my small goals, that was the big one. And I felt in love with the process, and I told myself, this is what I want to do. I if someone asked me 6 years ago, would you do real estate? Probably I would say no. But today I am. That was one of the best decisions I did for myself to get into real estate. And since then I'm really thankful for. I got a year ago, and the first 4 months I didn't do anything, no sales, no nothing. It was very challenging. You're like, okay, because everyone knows like this is a commission based job, so you pay like when when you sell or when you buy. And that was the case with me. I'm like, okay, this is not working out, maybe I should give up, maybe I should try something else. And then eventually I joined my team that I am today, Vesta Preferred, and everything changed. Like I couldn't be happier that I joined this team, because we are #1 independent real estate team in Chicago. They helped me through my real estate journey so far. I've been with them like 5, 6, it'll be 6 months this month. And I did like so many transactions, put so many contracts because of them. And I saw like if you have the right team, the right environment, you can make it work.
So what was different about Vesta Preferred than the other brokers you were at initially?
First, like Vesta, the right mindset, the right environment. Everyone in the team, they're so amazing. Like they help you. They are ready like to jump on a call and like to help you through the process. If you have any questions, you're not gonna be left out without any education. The second, they give you like obviously education. They're like mentors for you. They're not just the bosses. And you want in something in like that in your life, like you want a mentor who's gonna guide you to grow, who's gonna help you to be better version of yourself. And the third, like obviously they give us like leads. I don't know any other company that provides that. And they kind of like warn you about the process. These leads to become your clients, to become your friends, and then eventually you get your own network. And this is something like most agency they will not do.
So when you're starting out, and I just got my license, what would be some of like the top 3 tips you would give me of like how to find the right brokerage?
I would say like the first right brokerage, the first 3 tips that I will give you is like the ones that gonna give you education, training and education. The second one, leads. And the third one, obviously the right environment and attitude. You want this. And you make this. There's no way, other way, you make it.
So did you do anything in the beginning to start filling your cup with more leads, like outside of whatever Vesta Preferred gave you? what like tips and ideas did you come up with? Were you making cold calls? Were you calling off your friends? Or like, what did you do in the beginning to get things going? Because I've always found like the hardest thing to do is to get the ball rolling, and then once it's rolling, it's a lot easier to push.
Right. Exactly. Well, I did like everything that you just said. Like I did the cold calling. I did like, I tried with to do the marketing. Obviously like that comes with cost. But without the right training and education, even someone comes to you, if you don't know how to do it, they're gonna leave. If you don't know the processes, if you don't know how you like, how you're gonna get them the better understanding about the process of the deal of the that's one of the biggest investment in people's lives. So you have to be prepared, you have to know the process. And that was my thing. I didn't know the process. So even if I did cold call, when I take them out, I didn't know what to do. And that was the scary part. Like I wasn't sure in myself, in my product, in what I'm capable of doing. And that's what changed when I joined Vesta, because they teach you everything since day one to now, and every day is constantly about that.
So if I come to you and like, Gia, I'm ready to buy a house. What's the process look like? What's the 5 or 10 step process that you're going to walk me
Of
through to make
course,
sure I can close when I'm ready?
yes. There's so many steps. Like before that, we're gonna talk over the phone either, or like it's a Zoom meeting. We can do so as many as comfortable you want to be, and to guide you to understand me as a realtor, to understand your what do you want, where do you want, and how. Like I have to ask you so many questions to understand like where, like what's your budget, where you want to look for house, when do you want to find it, like are we looking just for yourself or your family. So many little details I have to know. And obviously once we get this out of the way, it's gonna be the next step will be like to start going like on a tours, and then eventually if you find the one, then I can guide you through the process as well. So that's gonna be like obviously like inspection, like putting on a contract, and so many little details that I did feel like overwhelming. But if you have the right person next to you, okay, it actually wasn't that bad. So.
Yeah, I think the thing I've always found to be most important is just, like you said, getting the right people around me.
Mm-hmm.
That way, you have your attorney, you have your lender, you have your home inspector.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you have a contractor that you can know, like, and trust. Is there any like closing tips that you'd give people to help build the right team?
I think like that's what you just said. Like I think like once you have the real estate gonna guide you through these important steps, and I think like then it's gonna become like over the time, like how I'm gonna find the best deal. Like it's like it's gonna be that with these people. Like okay, like your inspector found this. Okay, we can get you better deal. Your attorney found this during attorney review, we can get this done. Like so many little details, these people are there for you. So that's why I always tell my clients, I don't work by myself, I work with the team. And the team, I cannot do this by myself. You have the team, and the team is behind me. So that's where we are. Like the tips I give to guys, just you have to trust the process. Always like you can always fire me if you're not satisfied with myself and my team. So I always like give people like option that they want to work with me, and I don't want them to feel that if they want to find someone else they will have the opportunity. But most people, that all of them, they stay with us because we know our values and we know what we are capable of.
Yeah, I love the idea of being able to fire someone. I think too often we wait too long until we cut the cord. Sometimes when a relationship's not working, I think one of the biggest skills I've learned is like, hey, if it's not working, let's like cut it immediately. It's not working.
Right. There's no other way.
So the new year's coming, 2025 is coming. Uh, what's your plan for the new year? Any big goals that you're setting? You got your job, you got your car, now you got real estate.
Mhm.
What's next on the list for 2025?
2025 will be even more amazing that this year was. Basically, I do want to get even better with in real estate. I want like bigger numbers for myself in bigger sales. That's our number one priority. The next personal things, it will be like with my family, with my friends. I, like moving to a different environment with my partner eventually. Like these are like little by step I'm gonna make on personal level. But my main goal is for real estate, like, bigger numbers, bigger sales. I know I can do it and eventually have my team. So, it's happening.
All right, so I know we're tight on time. If people need to get a hold of you because they're looking for the next property, what's the best way that people can get in contact with you?
uh, my cell phone, which I put it up in my Instagram page. They can also text me on Instagram. They can text me on Facebook. And I feel like nowadays you can contact me anywhere. I will respond. If not immediately, the next few minutes. So please feel free to reach me to any, if not my personal one, it's going to be 224-334-6082. Remember it.
All right, yeah. We need to connect in 2025 to make sure you hit all these big goals that you got set.
Mhm. Amazing. Yes. Thank you for having